Hello, welcome to yet another speed paint, and this one is not an art piece, but rather an animation. This thing, this creation is part of the Arctober Art Prompt Challenge, I guess you could call it, from Arcane / League of Legends / Riot Games. And the prompt for this was Zon, basically. So I thought I would draw the good boy from Zon. The reason I'm moving everything around like that is because first I was just going to do a little drawing of him, and then I was like, oh hey, I could make like a really simple little tail wagging animation, and then that will up the quality quite considerably. And then I've never done a tail wagging animation, and I didn't know how to do it in a way that would look good. I think the way I intended to do it here at first would have been doable if I just not had the movement in between the two frames as big, if it had just been like a subtle wag. But then again, I don't know how good that would have looked on big frame rates as well, or like higher frame rates. So basically, usually I'm pretty bad at drawing animals slash like drawing them in a way that looks good. But somehow with Warwick, it just really worked out. Like I just looked at the model, the League in-game model, and then I was able to draw this little chibi version of him quite easily. And I kind of was a bit messy in the way I made, in the way I drew, and then I like combined layers, and then I had like the color on the other layer, and that looked weird, and then there was like small inconsistencies like that are very visible when you look at the finished piece. So, that's a bit of a artist's dismay right there, and I don't know, it shouldn't have been there, but because I had to move Warwick into like the center for the tail to be at the left side and the right side and not just on one side. That was kind of necessary, and also I really like this way of just like establishing fur easily, like just drawing those little half-finished triangles, whatever you want to call them. That works really well, and I tried it today with like a fur coat as well, and I really like the way it looked there too. And I don't know, it adds a lot of like plasticity. Is that a word? And then later on, I went in and did like the little chem tank, fixed the line art on the bad frame, basically, a little bit so it would look better. And then I also still needed a background, and so I like just copied the Zon symbol from online, colored that in, did a little bit of shading because I shaded the Piltive assigned to, did some highlights. It's a bit sloppy in the end. I wasn't sure how to do the highlights here exactly. But I'm pretty happy with it. And then I went on FreeCloud, SoundCloud, I don't remember what it was called, and I found some audio for Warwick as well. And yeah, please enjoy the finished product.